I'm good to go. I'm good to go.
Thank you, Eric.
You're welcome.
We should. Wow, we probably would.
Well, it's 10 o'clock, so we'll call this meeting of the Lawrence County Board of Commissioners to order. Today is Tuesday, September 23 of 2025. We appreciate you all joining us. We ask if you can silence your cell phones. We appreciate you doing that. We'll note that the meeting is being live streamed and recorded. We always begin with the Pledge of Allegiance and ask you to remain standing for a moment of silence. Commissioner Sonata, could you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll have a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Vanessa, could you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Sinata?
Here.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Here.
Commissioner Vogler?
Here, we do have a quorum. We do have at this point no visitors other than Mr. Strobel, who will be presenting to us shortly. So I'll forego all of the notes relative to public comment unless someone were to come in, then I'll make note of that. Also, under row officer reports, none of our row officers are with us today. But I will open it for public comment, so we make record of having done so. And Chad, anything over and above what you have later on?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Under fiscal and contractual, we have submitted to us from the Controller's Office warrant registers dated September 15, 16, 17, and 19. And I'll give my colleagues time to look them over, and then when you're ready, gentlemen, I can take a motion for us to accept these documents.
I move we accept the warrant documents.
I'll second.
Thank you, gentlemen. And if there are no questions, we'll ask Vanessa to call the roll, please.
Commissioner Sinata?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. The minutes of our September 16, 2025 meeting are in our packet. Again, gentlemen, take what time you need to look them over, then whenever you're ready, we can approve.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes.
And I'll second that motion.
Thank you, gentlemen. Any questions or concerns? Hearing none, we'll take a roll call.
Commissioner Sinata?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Written communications, I'll read these into the record. Dan and Chris, stop me if you have any questions. First document comes from Frank B. Taylor Engineering. It is a document noting that Billy Parada of 801 East Fairfield Avenue in Neshannock Township intends to submit a notice of intent for a National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System general permit. This is a single residence sewage treatment plant to replace the malfunctioning septic system currently serving the existing home at 801 East Fairfield Avenue in Neshannock Township. Second document, actually the next two go together. They are both from Old Forge Environmental out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And these deal with the two rest area sites on Interstate 79 in Plain Grove Township. And they are application for renewal of NPDES permits for the wastewater treatment facility for both of these sites. These are both Act 14, 67, 68, and 127 notification. Once again, for the two rest areas on Interstate 79 and Plain Grove Township. Next document comes from U.S. Compliance out of Excelsior, Minnesota. And it's indicating that they intend to submit a National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System permit application to the DEP on behalf of AMG Titanium LLC, located at 315 Green Ridge Road in Neshannock Township. This is a general industrial stormwater permit coverage under PAG-03 for outdoor storage of materials and activities. The Ed and Dawn DeCarbo Funeral Home and Crematory, Inc. is notifying us that they have applied to the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection's Bureau of Air Quality Control to renew their permit to operate their crematory facility on Wilmington Road in Neshannock Township. We have a document from the Hillcrest Group Environmental Consultants out of Wexford, Pennsylvania, on behalf of Three Rivers Aggregates, specifically the Caravella Mine and Wampum Sand and Gravel Plant in North Beaver Township. This is for a notification that they will be applying to the DEP for an air quality state-only operating permit renewal at their facility at 3118 Wampum Road in North Beaver Township. Dan or Chris, any questions about any of these? Would one of you care to make a motion for us to accept these documents?
I'll make that motion. Then I'll second.
Thank you, gentlemen. If there are no concerns, we'll take a roll call, please.
Commissioner Sinata,
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next on the agenda, we have commissioner reports and comments. And Mr. Kennedy, you're first today.
Last week I wasn't here. I missed you guys, but I was in DC at the SPC Allegheny Conference agenda down at with our federal senators and federal congressmen. The Allegheny Conference. We were there Tuesday. Ben Bush and I did a presentation to our colleagues and to the rest of the group down there about Lawrence County and what we've accomplished and what we look to accomplish in the next few months. Wednesday, I met with Senator Dave McCormick on some stuff we've got going on here in Lawrence County, and stressed to him that we need some federal money coming here to help us get this done. So Thursday, Dan and I went to Westminster College, and we did a nice presentation, both of us, on Lawrence County and where we're at. The improvements that have been here over the last couple of years in Lawrence County, and after you start writing stuff down and seeing how many there are, quite a few. So Friday, I was with Ben most of the day on economic development, and we went and did a few things that we needed to get done, and it was a busy week for me. Yesterday's probably the proudest thing, and Joe, you know, we didn't see Gia, but we were at Wilmington High School for Wilmington Farms, and Secretary Redding was there from the agriculture. And, the only thing I can say is, I'm proud to be living in Wilmington with the kids that are out there. So polite, so nice. Boy, they got a good project going on there, and as we heard, this isn't the normal. They're doing something different, and it was just nice to see. I know you were there with me all afternoon. Good day. But we didn't get to see Gia. I asked for her, and I wanted to pick on her, she wasn't there, but,
That's very,
she was hiding from me probably if I know her, so. That's all I have.
Thanks very much, Dan. I guess I get to go next. I can't say enough about yesterday's program at Wilmington High School. It was an honor to have Secretary Redding join us, but boy, the staff, the administration out there, that program was so well organized. It was just like clockwork. And you're right about especially about the kids. I just noticed that like a couple of times, a couple of the kids had to walk by us and they were very polite, excuse me, thank you. That stuck out. And they've acquired, is it 100 acres? How many acres?
There's, I think, close to 100 acres next door to the school.
Next to the school in Wilmington Township of Lawrence County that they will be using for purposes of agricultural education. Lauren Elder was there, who of course chairs the county's Ag Preservation Board. And Lauren has played a very important role in this development.
Him and his brother Darren.
Darren, I didn't see Darren. Was
He doesn't like the spotlight. I
Oh.
can yell at him right now, but he doesn't. He likes to stay in the background.
Well, and there were a number of school board members and representatives for Senator Brooks and Representative Brown were there. And it was nice to see Secretary Redding again. I've gotten to know him over the years, and he's been to Lawrence County on numerous occasions. So, no, it was a wonderful afternoon. And Debbie Walker covered it, so I'm sure there'll be a nice story in the paper here in the next few days. That's all I have at this point. I'm just looking ahead here, if you don't mind. I think that's all I have at this point, so thank you. Oh, next week, next Monday evening, I believe all three of us will be attending the United Way of Lawrence County's 100th anniversary dinner. So I think we're all looking forward to that. And I believe I'm going to be out of town Thursday night, but I think you gentlemen are planning to go to the Wise Salute to Courage dinner. Okay, thank you. Chris, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Chairman. I was under the weather toward the end of last week and had to miss some of that event committee. Thank you guys for your presentations. I know it all went well. And thank you for your efforts at WC. That's a good group of people, and hopefully I'll be back with you guys next year. And it's a very worthwhile visit, especially with the SPC. We get an opportunity to talk to senators and congressmen. That's so important. I mean, it's important to make sure that they know that Lawrence County has issues, and I know you did a good job with that, Dan, so thank you for your efforts. And I'll just give a little, you mentioned about the kids in Wilmington, and this story probably goes back at least 10 years. When they won the state championship, what year was that in football? Do you recall that?
2008.
No.
Yeah.
2008?
Yeah, it's been that long.
It's been that long?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get a lot of guests down in Harrisburg, but Wilmington came down for the state championship that year, the football team, and we addressed them on the House floor and everything. And which both, if you said the professionalism of those kids, they were suit, tie, respectful. And when they left the House chambers, there was a lot of positive. Wow, those kids really were very professional and respectful. And I didn't have a lot of visitors because we were 4 hours plus away. And I always remember the Wilmington football team and the Newcastle boys basketball team who won the state championship. Same situation, professional coaches, tie, suit, and very humble. And I said, that speaks very highly of the school districts. And so that jarred a memory of mine. You say it's 2008?
Yeah.
That's 17 years ago.
Yeah.
Ellis Harkness son was part of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it, but no, I just want to stress whatever they're doing out there, they need to keep doing because that's called, it's a history of respect. And it's so important, especially for our area where they are representing us as a county, no matter what school district it is. I'll just briefly touch on something that we had that opportunity, you were in DC, but me and Dan went down to the new storage facility last Wednesday, and I was impressed with it. There's gonna be 890 units of storage on that curve down by Taylor Street. And I just think it's important. I know they made a commitment. I'm happy to see that. It's a storage facility. But, you know, we need to look back and see what was there before. It was a old dilapidated building that was falling down. And now, I mean, if you look at it from the outside, it looks like an office building, but it's actually a storage facility. And I guess there is a need for it. I know that some people question why a storage facility, but what I learned that day, it was that there's 890 units, and they believe within a year they'll have 90% occupancy. So there must be a need in the area, and we thank them for their investment in Lawrence County. And I know that this company, you know, was very impressed with the way they were treated when they were here, especially for the city and the efforts that the city put out. So I know they're reaching out. Hopefully they can have other projects here anywhere within the county. So I just wanted to throw that out there because sometimes the impression is that, you know, why are you building something like that? Well, you know what? What was there before was bad. And I think it's so good that these people tore it down, got rid of it, put something new there. It didn't cost the city, the county, or anybody a dime. And it's going to generate tax revenue in the future. So those are the type of things that I think, you know, get overlooked sometimes. And, you know, we want to create jobs, we want to see those opportunities. There's a lot of positive things happening in the county right now, in all sectors of the county. But never overlook something like that, because the other option is that building gets to a point and then the taxpayers get stuck tearing it down. And that didn't happen, and we're just happy to see that. So that, yeah, 890 storage units and potential 90% occupancy, that's pretty good. So that's really all I have.
Thank you, Chris. Anything else, gentlemen? Okay, thank you both. We're going to new business, and we have one proposal this morning from our Public Safety Department, and Chad Strobel, who directs that department, is with us. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Hope you're well.
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good to hear. Vanessa, what number will Mr. Strobel's resolution be?
313.
This is Resolution 313, and you'd like to discuss us possibly entering into an agreement with Quality Enhanced Management Systems. And Chad, I'll let you give us all the specifics if you would.
Okay, this is a renewal. We've been customers of theirs for a while. We took a couple years off as being customers for some pricing disagreements, I guess, but we negotiated with them and got back to a reasonable, what I feel is reasonable price for that. The Commonwealth and FEMA require us to have a quality assurance program in place for our telecommunicators. This program allows us to do that quality assurance on all of our calls. They require us to do 2% of the calls we receive, incidents we receive. With this, it automatically pulls incidents that are dispatched and taken and forwards them to a supervisor to review, just to make sure, you know, everybody's following our policies and procedures and handling the calls correctly. We're also required, part of our 911 plan, to track our training, track number of calls, all the information that we file in that report for the 911 plan. This system has all those reports where we just click the date range and it prints out everybody's training, everything they did all year, their certifications, and make sure all of our telecommunicators are meeting the requirements of the Commonwealth. Also, we receive, or we're required to undergo audits annually. Usually they're on paper audits that track all of the equipment we have up there and under our department or agency. And every couple of years, we get an in-person audit where somebody comes up and just make sure that we still have the equipment we received through our various grant streams, whether it be the Homeland Security, UASC, State Homeland Security. That gives us the platform to track all that equipment, track the maintenance, the annual costs of it. So it's a very important program to us, or system to us. Like I said, it was $53,000 before we did some negotiation. This year it went up a little bit. It's $26,250. So we worked on them to get a little bit more acceptable price, and we'd like to continue using that to stay in line with all the state's requirements for documentation.
Well, I gotta give you credit too, Chad. This contract is a one-year contract beginning January 1, 2026. So I appreciate your coming in as early as you have for this. So thank you. I'll see if Commissioner Sanada has any questions.
Not on this, but before you leave, I have one question for you.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and ask it now if you'd like.
Chad, and just for the record, I know I had an inquiry last week, and I think you've addressed us with, just for the record, I had some people ask me about a burning ban, okay? And I think I answered their question, but I think maybe if you could just explain the whole process you go through whenever that occurs with the fire chiefs and all that. Could you just give us that for the record?
Yeah, so every municipality, like as I note all the time, in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, everything starts at the local level. So every municipality has the authority to implement their own local burning ban, if they choose to do so. However, if it grows to the extent that we would recommend a countywide burning ban, the Commonwealth outlines the process for it. To start the conversation, first off, 10% or 50% or 10 of the county fire chiefs, whichever the lower number is, has to, I guess, petition myself or the Board of Commissioners to implement that burning ban. Once we receive written correspondence that, petition to implement a burning ban, that has to be forwarded to the Department of Conservation Natural Resources Forestry Unit. They have to review that, look at their statistics, whether our drought status, the number of fires, property damage, all of those at different points, and they will write a letter of support to the commissioners to implement the burning ban. Once that letter of support is written, we still have to follow the sunshine laws unless we're under a disaster declaration of proper advertisement and holding a public meeting for comment. Once that's done, I can't remember the exact number of days. I believe it was 3 days, maybe, or 4. That it had to be advertised prior to it being enforced. So it's not a quick turnaround. First, you have to get the input from the fire chiefs because, again, it's a local matter. And the support from the Commonwealth through the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources to the advertisement, a vote at a public meeting with a lot of comment and transparency, and then waiting period to actually enforce the burning ban. So it's not a quick turnaround to implement it, but still the local municipality has the ability and the authority to implement their own if they choose to do so.
Well, I appreciate the information, Chad, because I know I had inquired, and I have 2 calls we have heard from the person as well. And I tried to respond back to them similar to what you said, because I remember we dealt with this last year.
Yeah.
And I know it's a process, and you just don't have the authority, and us as a board just don't have the authority to say, let's just have a burning ban. There has to be a procedure. We have to follow those guidelines. And, we do rely on our local police or fire chiefs. I mean, they're on the front lines. That's their specialty. So I just wanted to get that out for the record. I do appreciate your efforts. I see we've had rain the last couple of days. So let's have a few more.
Phone call relating to a burn ban, and it was a fire chief kind of relaying the thoughts of some of the local farmers in his community, and just trying to hope that we did not do one, just because it's part of their process of closing up the fields for the winters, to burn off some of the leftovers from harvesting. So that's the only correspondence I've received, was just hoping we didn't do one, but
Thank you much.
you're welcome.
Mr. Kennedy, questions either on the proposed resolution or the ban issue, either or both?
Neither.
Okay.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you, Dan, very much. Well, Chad, as always, we appreciate you bringing this to our attention. This is proposed resolution 313. May I have a motion?
I'll make that.
And I'll second the motion.
Thank you, gentlemen. Any final discussion or concerns? If not, we'll take a roll call, please.
Commissioner Sinata,
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler,
Yes.
motion carries.
Chad, as always, good to have you here.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your support.
Take care. Stay safe.
All right, thank you.
See you soon. have some budget transfer requests. I'll read these into the record. Stop me, gentlemen, if you have any questions, and then at the end, we can maybe take one motion for all of them, or if you need to split it out, we can do likewise. The treasurer's office is asking the following. From association dues, $175 into their Staples account. From their travel and training line item, $420 into materials and supplies, and also from travel and training, $1,740 into contracted services. The total amount of the request, $2,335. The courts are asking for a $100 transfer from their contingency into their office minor line item. The IT department is asking for a $5,000 transfer from the capital contingency line item into that of capital other improvements. This is for the wiring upgrade project that they've been involved in. And then the district attorney's office is requesting the following. From their transcript line item, $850.66 into travel and training. From their office minor equipment line item, $840.43 into vehicle expense. Also from their materials and supplies line item, $83.32 into their vehicle expense line item. Total amount, $1,774.41. Gentlemen, if you wish, I'd request a motion to approve all of these unless, again, you want to break it out.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Thank you both. Any questions or discussion? Okay, thank you, gentlemen. We'll take a roll call.
Commissioner Sinata,
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you, Vanessa. Some announcements. This board will convene a week from today on Tuesday, September 30 at 10 a.m. in this room. It's open to the public. The Conservation District Board of Directors will hold their monthly public meeting on Wednesday, October 1 at 12 noon at Sony's Restaurant in Neshannock Township. And I'm going to announce today that there is an opening on the Lawrence County Airport Authority Board. I believe the position is held by Mr. James Ferris Jr. We're obligated by an ordinance to announce openings. In this case, Mr. Ferris's term is set to expire. And we're required to announce that at two public meetings. This is the first of two announcements. Mr. Ferris is eligible to reapply if he so chooses, but anyone else who might have an interest in serving on that board can do likewise. We need one of two things, either a letter expressing a desire to serve on the airport authority, or the person can come to this public meeting and indicate to us their interest in serving. We are obligated also to do a criminal background check on any of the applicants. So if someone does send us a letter, we ask that they write back and destroy once the background check is performed. So I'm simply announcing today that this opening exists, and the incumbent, if he so chooses, can reapply, but anyone else can apply as well. Any comments, gentlemen? Okay, thank you both. And this ordinance that we have to follow, that process that I just described, is applicable to authorities that we make appointments to. Not every board, but specifically authorities, including the Lawrence County Airport Authority. Public comment, I'll note that the room is empty at this point, other than the staff folks that are here. Closing comments from my fellow commissioners. Mr. Sonata, anything?
No.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Kennedy? Okay, thank you, sir. Joe, Vanessa, anything that we've missed?
No, sir.
Nothing.
Okay, thank you all very much. We've concluded our business for the day. May I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Thank you, gentlemen. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye, opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Joe.
Yes.
All righty.
Wanted to bring it.